Hey everyone, good afternoon. So today we're talking about recapturing the value of our data, and I know that at this OpenAI Summit there's going to be a lot of talk about user-owned AI, and a little bit of my background. Been in the space since 2017. Currently I'm the co-founder and CEO of Ringfence. Prior to Ringfence, I started a company called Compass Mining, which currently is the world's largest Bitcoin mining hardware and hosting marketplace. And the big thing that I learned at Compass, which has really helped in this new role at Ringfence, is that when you take something complex and you simplify it, it's very easy to onboard a tremendous amount of users. And as we get to talking about user-owned AI, I think the key here is users, right? We need to get more users in the space. And another piece of my background that is really relevant to what we're building at Ringfence is the fact that I ran a podcast called the Hash Rate Podcast for 4 years. It was recently converted to the Mining Podcast, which is operated by CoinDesk. But over the course of that 4 years, I got an intimate understanding of the complexity around content creation and distribution. Now at Ringfence, we're focused on data provenance and management. We recently completed Near's AI cohort, and through this process, we've now come to launching our first product, which we'll talk about today, which is Escher. Really, when it comes down to data, I think we all know that it's incredibly valuable, more valuable than ever. But generally speaking, we suck at capturing that value, right? It's a hard value proposition for people to understand. I think for the developers in the room, you understand the value of data. But for the average consumer, they don't. The problems that the consumer sees or that a user sees on a platform, one, is that they really don't understand how their data is to be used or how it can be used. Two, compensation. It's a murky thing, right? We've got big black box AI, which is currently scraping the internet and using data in different ways, and we see the benefits of using AI, but as a creator of that data, we don't really see the value of the data that we are creating, and we're creating a tremendous amount on a daily basis. And last is protection. You know, oftentimes the only time we ever hear about data is when we hear it's been stolen or used for some nefarious purpose. So as a user, naturally you feel guarded and insecure about the use of your data in any way outside of something that's quite normal to you. So then how do we help capture the value of data for users? You know, for us at Escher and Ringfence, what we do is we focus on solving an existing need. You know, we're very fortunate to live in an attention economy, and because of that, you know, social media gets the most traffic, also generates the most data. Users know that they can go on social media and generate revenue through influence, and currently 57% of Gen Zers aspire to being an influencer or gaining popularity that they can monetize on social media. Now, the determining factor here is content creation, right? You need to have content in order to gain influence on social media, and content is very difficult to create. Anyone who spent a considerable amount of time on Twitter knows this well, right? It's not as easy to shitpost daily as it is to just come up with one pithy thing to say every once in a while. So what we have focused on at Ringfence is the development and launch of a product that we call Escher. And Escher is designed to simplify content creation and distribution. We've built Escher in collaboration with Leonardo AI, who was recently acquired by Canva, and we're really excited to be including a lot of the features that not only Leonardo already had, but that Canva has into the Escher platform to help creators speed up the pace at which they're able to create and distribute their content. Now, I wanted to do a live demo, but anyone who was at the live demo that we had on Monday with spotty internet saw the lesson learned there, so instead we're just going to go through some of the screen grabs of the platform itself. Now, with Gen AI, obviously we have the ability to enhance the speed at which we can create meaningful work. And at Escher, we're proud to already have 18 models or engines that are included on the platform that you can use to generate different images. We're in the process now of incorporating different modalities that will allow you to go not only and create images, but also text, video, and audio, all of which will be rolling out in the next 12 months. A big thing for us, and the reason that we really were excited to partner with Near, was because we wanted to provide what we call a party in the front and business in the back. There needs to be a frictionless experience for users. We're all Web 2 users, right? We're not Web 3 users. We're Web 2 users who love Web 3. And the rest of the world are also Web 2 users. I think a lot of the time we get hung up in Web 3 because we put out these sophisticated applications that allow people to do certain things, but it's too complicated. I've got to connect my ledger. I need to sign transactions. There's just too many friction points that stop people from really moving forward and from getting the mass adoption that we want on the products that we put out into the market. There's been a couple of exceptions lately, which I think have been great, namely Polymarket. And we're seeing now that people do want the benefits of Web3. They just don't want the annoyances that come with that often. So on Escher, we have native account abstraction. You sign up with an email. We automatically assign you a wallet. Any of your on-chain transactions are simply the click of a button. You want to mint something, you want to move something on-chain, click a button, it's done for you. We've got a credit system that automatically pays the fees, and you are simply charged to your credit card or whatever method of payment that you have on file. And then we have a clear chain of custody. So even when something moves on-chain, if you really want to, you can go and look. And what we've seen through our closed beta right now is that most people don't care, right? Most of the creators that move something on-chain, they feel comfort that it's moved on-chain, but they're not actually that concerned at this stage with how things are stored on-chain. And then the last thing that we're really focused on right now is fiat off-ramps for token rewards. Okay, altcoins are nice, crypto is good, but nothing is really meaningful to the average user until it hits their bank account. So we need to focus on how we can transfer these rewards from token incentives to tangible dollars in their bank. A big piece for us is optimized distribution. As we add new modalities, what we are focused on are the intentions that people have when they're creating. I don't want to go onto a platform and select the dimensions of an image and figure out resolution and take all these unnecessary steps. If I'm the average person, I want to go on and say, I want to create a profile picture for Twitter, and automatically all of the dimensions be set. And that's how it operates on Escher. So when you go on there, you have the ability to immediately create and distribute your work. Our USP, right, because there are many companies out there that provide generative AI services, our specific USP is that we've built a custom content authentication and provenance engine. So anything that is uploaded or created on Escher goes through our content screening. So what does that mean? We run it through a reverse image search to make sure that you haven't right-click saved an image from elsewhere on the web, and then we also have a custom labeler that will label the image and screen that against existing trademark or IP. So this allows us to serve a plethora of clients with that. Specifically, what we found is that marketers and branding companies really like this software because they are able to come on and use Escher and not worry about potential liability that comes with generative AI. So 8 months of building went into either a red check mark or a red X or a green check mark, right? This is what it looks like on the screen. When you upload something, immediately you're going to get verification through the check mark or a rejection through the X. Anything that is not verified is immediately removed from the system. Now that's important for us because we give you the ability to authorize anything that you upload and verify for use in custom engines. And obviously we don't want you taking Jensen Huang and building a custom AI engine that could be used to do nefarious things. So this is how we protect against that. Now, we've been very fortunate at Escher to have over 140,000 people express interest in the platform. We currently only have a closed beta of 10,000 that we're running right now, but once that beta finishes, we will be opening up the platform to the public. A big thing for us as we move towards public launch is content retreading. The ability to monetize the same piece of content in multiple ways. You're going to hear a talk today from Anna, who runs Vana, and they have a great solution for helping people export their social media content and monetize that through data DAOs. Escher acts as a top of funnel for Vana. So in order for there to be more data for Vana to pull, you need content creators. So those content creators can use Escher to bolster their content online, which can then be pulled and used by Vana. Story Protocol, we just announced this partnership yesterday. All Escher users will have the ability to use Story Protocol to dip into IP incentives, whether it's through IPFi, which is a novel concept that they're working on now, or through IP licensing for easy distribution. So for us, really, we do believe the future is incentivized. There's no real way to garner user adoption for user-owned AI without proper incentivization. Ethos is great, but it's usually not enough to catalyze a community, right? In order for someone to change their behaviors, there needs to be a real benefit, something tangible that they can see and experience. And that's where we stand when it comes to how we onboard our users and where we believe the future will lie. So those of you who would like to try Escher, feel free to take a snap of the QR code. Open beta is going on now. There's a few spots left, so feel free. And we will be continuing to push updates. There's a few more partnerships that we're excited to announce in the near term. But that wraps it up for me. Thank you.